When we walk and talk about facts and people, because I believe, this is just my belief, that the facts don't lie, but people do. So in various, situations, when you have people saying, show me the faxes, show me the faxes. No, what they're trying to do is have you, something with my eye, is they're just trying to have you find a way, to basically, what they call it now, they're calling it to, all right, sorry about that, something went in my eye. But yeah, a lot of times when people are saying to you that show me the faxes, they don't really want to see the facts. They're just trying to gaslight you. That's all they're doing. Good morning. Yeah, they're just trying to gaslight you, and they're just trying to basically, just trying to find a loophole, so to speak. Trying to find a loophole, trying to, to get information, so they can continue to pile upon their delusion. Because a lot of time, man, these people are delusional, man. They're delusional, and they are telling you, all these things just to gaslight you, just to have a little, they call it a foothold on you. Because, man, this world is evil, man, and people are wicked, and people will do whatever, even though when they know they're wrong or they're lying, dude, they don't give a damn about you, because they're evil. Evil people, there's nothing you can do, to try to change them. They have to change within themselves, and the Most High have to have a hand in it, because you do have a lot of people, like you have people worshiping the Most High. You do have a lot of people worshiping evil, man. So don't get it twisted. This world is made up of good and evil. So when you think you're on a level playing field, understand what I'm saying here. Playing field is never level, man. If you guys know what I mean. You gotta jump through several different hoops. They, so to speak, the goalposts are always moving. It doesn't stay in one place for one and for all. No, man. The system is set in a way, man, where, if you're not strong, man, and if you're not walking with the Most High, man, you're gonna break. You're gonna break. But if I can encourage anyone today, I don't know which side you're on, whatever side you're on, man, don't give up, man. Don't give up, don't give in to the system. If you're walking with the Most High, just remember, He's the only system you need. So mankind will do and say whatever that they want to do and say, but don't give them that satisfaction. Don't give them that victory that they're looking for. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just make sure that you understand that not everybody look at life and approach life the same way as you do. Just know that you got people out there who just want wrong, who's striving in wrongdoing, and you guys all know the saying, misery like company. You got a lot of people who are also miserable, and because they're miserable, they don't want to see nobody happy. They don't want to see nobody prosper. So you know what they do? They try to make your life a living, you know what. So just be careful out there, friends and family. Just understand what you're dealing with. This is not, regular human being, versus human being. This is a spiritual warfare that, the good book talk about. We don't fight against flesh and blood, but against what? Principalities and powers in various places, man. And, sometimes too, sometimes they're close to home. Sometimes your own family members, So just imagine that. If sometimes your own family member, right there, and then don't, see things the way you do, or, walk with the Most High, and, they're dealing with certain things on a different level. Just imagine some of these people that, your everyday go to the grocery store with, that you work with, that you socialize with. Just imagine that. Something to think about. Something to think about. And that life is strange, man. Life is strange and life is hard. Life is hard, but it's what you make of it. And again, don't break, man. Don't break. Don't give in. Don't give in to the system of negativity, of lies. Like I said, facts are the facts. It's the people, it's the people who basically, lies. Because the facts always tell the truth, right? The facts are the facts, no matter how you twist it. But again, you got people out there, they're good at it. They take the facts and they twist it. And again, the good book talk about it in the last days, man. The last days, people are going to believe the lies for truth, and the truth they're going to deem lie. And this is me, I'm paraphrasing here, guys. But, people are delusional. People are delusional. And, they're going to take lies and make it truth. And the truth, they're going to deem it lie. And, good is bad and bad is good. Man, it's confusing, man. It's confusing. But when you see these things happening, when you walking with the Most High, you don't fear. You don't fear, you don't get worried. You just know that, redemption draws near, man. And, we should celebrate. I want the Most High to come and reign with us, for what these people are doing to his world and to his people. It's time this thing ends. It's time that, we no longer sit under these, so-called world power doing what they're doing, just hurting people and just killing off this world. So anyway, peeps, all here walking and enjoying this beautiful blue sky. You guys can see, and enjoying the oxygen, the fresh air. It's gonna be a hot day today, so gotta get the burn in early. It's kind of good to get a few days off from work, so I'll do some work around the house and decide to get some burns in early. So man, always thank you guys for coming back, to all my beautiful subscribers. I appreciate you guys always coming back and giving me your support, giving me your love, liking the videos, sharing the videos. I just pray that you guys have a good and prosperous life, and that you guys who are healthy stay healthy, and the ones who are going through what they're going through stay positive, and know that if you're hearing the sound of my voice, that's half the journey. Because once you have life, you got hope, and as long as you're walking with the Most High, he can turn any situation around if he deems to, and if he doesn't, you still got life. You still, put your hope and trust in the Most High, knowing that if it's not in this life, there's a life to come. And that's the way I approach, my sickness and still going through it, is if it's not this life, it's a life to come. Would I like, a long and prosperous life? Of course. But I can tell you, when you start looking at life from a different perspective, you stop fearing certain things. You stop, taking people, gaslighting you in certain ways. You don't put up with the BS, so to speak, all right? You don't take it. You don't take people, foolishness, because people think they can gaslight you with certain things and tell you, say, hey, if you do this, I'm going to do this for you, and, I'm going to make this happen for you. Man, show me in paper and make it happen in action, because a lot of these things are just word, man. I used to get caught up in the words, but no more, man. No more. Don't get caught up in the words. Let the action speak for itself, and let them put it on paper. When you put it on paper, And when you let the action speak it, that's what you should be striving for, guys. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what it is you're doing, when people tell you stuff, oh, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, you know. So don't just take people's words for it crossing the street. I can't see all the way down, so I gotta be looking all the way across. But yeah, don't just take people's word for it, man. Make sure that the action and they put it in writing, because again, the good book tells us mankind is wicked. Their heart is wicked above all things, man, and they will tell you something today and tomorrow, I didn't tell you that. Oh, that's not what I meant by what I say. Dude, it's evil, dude. I've seen it all, dude. You know, people, I did not say that. And they're bold about it too. And it hurts inside when you hear certain things. But guess what? What are you going to do about it? What can you do about it? Because this is who they are. And, you know, why go fight a battle with evil when you know the Most High tell you that vengeance is his? You know, say it, Yahuwah. So I'm going to let him fight my battle for me. That's why sometimes people will say, hey, why don't you do this or why do you do that? I don't listen to that noise no more. You know, I listen to the Most High and let him fight for me. Let him fight my war for me. Let him fight my battle for me. Because, you know, sometimes the same people are, you know, asking you all these questions. They're just instigating and looking for mess. And don't get caught up in the mess. You know, don't get caught up. I've learned years ago not to get caught up in the mess. Because those same people who are telling you, you know, you're going to let that person, you know, for example, guys, I'm speaking, for example, here, you know, somebody instigating, you're going to let that person say this about you or, you know, do this to you. You don't, you know, answer that person back or do something back. Don't do it. If you're not led by the Most High, don't do it. I'm not saying don't be a pimp or be a, what you call it, you know, pushover, you know, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to turn my other cheek. No, I'm not going to do that, you know. I mean, you hit me, I'm going to hit you. You know, you come hard at me, I'm going to come hard at you. You know, that's just the way it is, you know. And if you can't take it, well, don't dish it, all right? Just remember that. Don't get it twisted. Whatever you push out, be ready to take it back, because at some point, you got to understand that if you are this tough and bad person and, you know, you're going to be doing certain things to people, you know, be ready for when they start reversing on you. All right, remember, again, you know, read your Bible for yourself, guys, because everything I'm saying here, just read between the lines. Because, you know, a lot of things that happened way back in time, just remember, it's going to flip. You know, history going to flip, and it's going to happen, you know, worse than how it was happening to, you know, brothers and sisters. So don't get it twisted, man. In life, man, there's a lot of things that, you know, you can easily, you know, say, you know, this shouldn't be happening to me or that shouldn't be happening to me. But hey, who are you? Who are you? You're not the Most High. The Most High is the controller of all this. And if he deems certain things happen to you, you can't say it shouldn't happen to me, because he is in control, not you. And as long as he's in control, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. So, hey, I appreciate you guys always coming back, you know, watching my content. I hope somebody is uplifted today. Somebody is motivated. You know, get out there, man, and put in some burns, you know. Put in some burns and, you know, try to eat right and, you know, try to get your exercise in. And, you know, and again, more than anything, put the Most High first and make sure that you're walking with him. Walking with him in everything, not just some, in everything. All right? And see his blessings. All right, peace and blessings. Love, friends and family.